If you're interested in investing in artificial intelligence stocks, then ASML is one that you have to consider. You see, Nvidia might be the most popular AI stock today, but if you think about who is the supplier for Nvidia's GPUs, you have to work backwards, and you'll notice that Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing is the company that Nvidia outsources its manufacturing to. Well, one of the companies that Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing buys machinery from is ASML. So ASML is a supplier to several of the most popular semiconductor stocks in the market today, including Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing. And so because of that growth in artificial intelligence, ASML stands to benefit. So let's take a look at ASML stock and what's going on with the company in this video.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
So if you look at ASML stock price performance year to date in 2024, you see a volatile stock that started the year around $750 per share and jumped all the way up to $1,100 per share, and in the last month since July has experienced a bit of a decrease down to $918 per share. Still, it's up from where it started the year at $750. Of course, I've had ASML stock rated as a buy all year long in 2024, and I last updated that recommendation on July 17th. I've had ASML stock for a longer time than just 2024, but I'm just highlighting that in 2024, I ranked it as a buy and I've kept it there all year. Now, in its second quarter 2024 results, the company reported sales of just over 6.2 billion euros, and that was at the higher end of their guidance, and that was driven by more of their system sales. The gross margin came in at 51.5%, which was also above their guidance. More importantly, their net bookings came in at 5.6 billion euros. And at the end of the second quarter, ASML had a backlog of around 39 billion euros worth of orders. These backlogs eventually turned into revenue, and so growth in the backlogs is an important indicator of future revenue for ASML. Now, looking ahead in its forecast for the third quarter and the full year in 2024, ASML expects net sales between 6.7 billion and 7.3 billion in Q3. That would be an increase from the 6.2 billion in Q2, and it's along the lines of what ASML told analysts to expect for 2024. They said the second half of the year will be significantly better than the first half of the year as the industry recovers from the downtrend it experienced in 2022 and 2023. Gross profit margins will stay relatively flat between 50 and 51%, and management noting that the outlook for 2024 has not changed. They expect revenue similar to last year. In other words, ASML is not expecting much growth in 2024 overall. They expect it to be flat year over year. That said, the company does expect next year to be a very strong year. And this is because the industry's continued recovery from the downturn. The semiconductor industry is just now recovering from the downturn in 2022 and 2023 when inventories were overbloated and the industry needed to digest those extra inventory levels across the board, across nearly every end market. And of course, 2024 has been a boom to the semiconductor industry because of the rising effectiveness of AI and because of the hyperscalers' significant increase in spending on data center development for artificial intelligence. That's really what's driving the rebound in semiconductor stocks in 2024. In 2025, you'll see newer end markets start to drive growth for the semiconductor industry in addition to the artificial intelligence market. So you'll have a more broad-based recovery in the semiconductor market, not just specifically the AI-related markets that are booming. Management has been saying all year long that 2024 is a transition year, and they continue to make investments in capacity ramp, and technology to be ready for the expected strong demand in 2025. So they're preparing themselves for that strong demand in 2025. You might ask, how does ASML know that its demand is going to be strong in 2025? And that's a good question. One way they know is because they have the backlog. So they have orders already that they need to fulfill in 2025. And secondly, ASML and its relationships with its customers are closely related. They have a dialogue. They spend time talking with each other and communicating with each other because they rely on each other. So it's not as though ASML works on new technology and new manufacturing capacity in a silo without understanding what its end markets are. It communicates with companies like Intel and Micron and Taiwan Semiconductor to understand what their needs are for 2025 and 2026 and 2027 so that ASML can prepare its research and development and its manufacturing capacity to match demand for its primary customers. ASML doesn't have hundreds and thousands of customers. It deals with very, very few customers that are large customers. And so it can have closer relationships with its customers because it doesn't have very many customers. And so it understands what demand looks like because it's communicating with the customers consistently so that there isn't a mismatch between what ASML is working on and what its customers are looking for. And one of the things ASML has been working on is its latest generation technology, one of which is the NXE 3800E systems. And they started shipping these systems this quarter, and they're continuing to ramp as planned. And as customers transition to this system this year, they expect the majority of shipments in the second half of the year to be 3800E systems. And then that was for their 0.33 NA systems. When you're thinking about their 0.55 NA system, they shipped the second one of those this quarter, and they are with the high NA system enabling an almost 3-time increase in transistor density relative to the 0.33 NA system. So this is a better system than the 0.33 system, and as its customers digest this newer technology and their drive increasing demand for ASML's latest generation technology, because if one or more of these customers choose not to invest in this latest generation technology, then they can get left behind. As if you've been following the semiconductor industry, as you probably noticed what happened with Intel, right? Intel for several years decided not to invest in the latest generation technology, and they fell behind the market and they lost considerable market share. And now Intel is spending tens of billions of dollars trying to catch up, and because it fell behind so significantly. So these next generation systems are likely to be adopted by ASML's customers. Did you know that over 90% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed? It'll really help support my channel if you hit that subscribe button. And oh, by the way, one of the benefits of being subscribed is that I take requests from subscribers more often than I do from non-subscribers. So if you prefer that benefit, please subscribe to the channel.